Alright, YouTube. On ECF, some of you guys might know me, LRD3. I'm on a lot of the threads talking about the bottom fed juice mods. If you guys have caught me on a couple threads, chatted with me before about them, you know which ones I like, you know which ones I buy, you know which ones I use. A lot of you guys out there might also know I make my own. The ones that I've bought, the ones that you guys see me on the threads on, I've said a lot of good things about a few of these, and they all stand true. I buy them, I love them, I use them. I use them exactly how I tell everybody I've always used them, and they're great mods. And the vendors I've gotten them from, the suppliers, the craftsmen, however you guys passionately refer to them as, they've been great with me. I've really found, I've kind of found a home on their threads, and found myself, a few great friends, through their threads. I'm not really loyal to any one mod or mod builder, and like I said, I make my own. I have thought about turning supplier myself, and selling my mods through ECF, which would obviously be better for me than continuing to give them away to my local vapor friends. But the big issue I have with that is, if I do that, I lose my right to go on other forums, on other guys, not on other forums, on these other suppliers' threads. Like I said, I love their threads, I love their mods, I use them, and I'm not done buying them yet. I collect mods, so I have quite a few that I didn't make. I have quite a few that I did make, and apparently I have too many that I did make. I'm going on 80 of my own mods that I made. I don't vape that much. I vape a lot, but not that much. But like I said, if I do turn supplier, I would hope that the other suppliers and mod creators don't take it the wrong way. Same with the people who surround the threads, guys that I've chatted with in the past. If I've ever told you there's something I love about that mod, that's I love that about that mod. That being said, I'll give you guys a quick show of where my mods started off, where they're going. My original ones, a little big in the hand, they're just, I love what I was able to do with the buttons by recessing them, not showing too much button, not leaving a lot of chance of it to get hit in the pocket, for two reasons. One, it's pretty well recessed, and two, it's on top. If I do turn supplier, one of my things is going to be do as I say, not as I do. I leave the batteries and the juice bottle in there, and I actually slip this into my back pocket. I would have to warn people to take your battery out. The safest mod doesn't have a battery in it. The best idea for pocket safety is don't leave your battery in your mod. But that being said, if you see me walking around the store somewhere, you'll probably see an atomizer sticking out of my back pocket. But that's what I do. A couple of the different things I've been playing with. One is this. I still really like this touch hole. Kind of a oval shape. And where my mod shape has changed drastically. Drastically. Let me say it one more time. Drastically. the touch hole. You know, this is just, it's just a hole that's big enough to fit your finger in and touch the juice bottle, which I've really been liking for some reason. This one is yellow pine mahogany. All the ones that I've got here are, you know, basically wood that I've had laying around from other projects. This is Ipe and oak. You know, I put an empty cart on top of all my, when I'm working in the shop. That's what I do. Stops the sawdust from going down inside the cart. Here's my button, my wood button. I am not the inventor of the wood button for pressing bottles. The one who invented this, undeniable genius. You know, my buttons look different. I'm showing wood grain on mine. You know, I'm not actually turning dowels. You know, I'm actually just, you know, using a plug cutter, and I'm cutting them out and using them. The other thing I've done is I've, you know, kind of stepped my doors. So if you pop the buttons out, you know, or you're seeing that nice wood graining on one side, you know, on the other side it's two pieces. It's been the best way I've come along to basically making a plug with the grain that matches the tops and bottoms. I haven't been crazy impressed with the performance of my wood buttons. I find that when I press my the wood feed button, I gotta kind of draw on it at the same time. Where if I press it, draw on it, then, you know, I know when the atomizer's wet. But if I just press it, I've got to hold it for a really long time, which is not true with the man who invented this. You know, his just works. It just works. Mine, you got to work at it. But here's a, you know, this one's Ipe with oak. I'm going to do a hip for you. That's a regular Joy 510 wood options. You know, I got some oak kicking around yet. You know, everything's been built to match. You know, I never, you know, these pieces of wood all grew right next to each other. So in the shop, they are never more than an arm's length away from each other. So, you know, and that goes for the top, bottom, and button, and the front and the back. And if you got one that's all one wood, say you got one that's all oak, these have all been, you know, from the same piece of wood. Top, bottom, back, and front. So, you know, just find it looks better that way. Basically, I build the wood mods, and they look something similar to this. I send them over to my buddy. He wires them up because, in all honesty, he's more qualified for wiring mods than I am. These are simple enough that I'm sure I can do it. I've wired a bunch of my own, but he's more qualified at it than I am. That's his thing. He's into wires. You know, he understands things that, you know, take me a little bit longer to read and learn about. So, you know, it's more efficient for me to send it out to him. Here, you wire it up, and, you know, here's your money, you know. And at this point, I've got, you know, 30, 40 mods built. What do I do with them? Like I said, if I turn supplier, I'm off all these great threads of these great vendors and suppliers and craftsmen that I'm really gonna miss. But that being said, you know, my question is to you, you know, is it worth me getting off their threads and selling my own, making my own offering? You know, so you know, I don't want to lose what I have out there, you know, trying to, you know, do something that's not going to work. I know the mods work. I use them every day. I know I like them because I know what I like. Will everybody else like them? That's my big question. So, I guess if I get a good response, you'll see me with my own thread. If I don't get a good response, you know, you'll see me on the same threads I'm on, because I'm, you know, like I said, I'm still in love with the mods that I use and I purchase on other people's threads. But I've got 40 mods of my own that I've built, you know, that are wired. I got, you know, a ton more because I've just got way too much time on my hands. My work schedule, you know, as a carpenter contractor in New Jersey is slow. I don't have work, so I go out in the wood shop and basically I play. In my playtime, this is what I've come up with. If it was work, I come up with more. Obviously, you know, this, like I said, this wood is, we've been joking in when my friends stop by the wood shop. We've been joking about, you know, we've been calling these the woodchuck. I don't know if that name could stick if I did turn supplier, but we've been calling them a woodchuck because this is basically wood that was gonna get chucked out. But you know, these are the mods I'm building. You know, if I get some kind of, you know, if it calls for me to be turned supplier, I will. And I'll hope that the suppliers that I've dealt with in the past understand that it's got nothing to do with me not liking their mods or, you know, me trying to do anything underhanded. It's just, you know, it's one of those things. But hope you guys enjoy it. If you like my mods, give me a comment on my YouTube video. If you don't like my mods, get on ECF. There's a lot of, you know, there's a couple guys out there making really nice quality mods that maybe you'll like better than mine. But either way, enjoy. You guys, I'll catch up with you on the forums. Thanks.